Today you are going to learn 2 different ways that you can make natural medicine to treat kidney stones. So if things ever go sideways and you just can't run to the nearest doctor or the nearest pharmacy, and if you or a loved one develop kidney stones, this may be an answer for you. And this video is just one video in a whole playlist that I am doing on how natural medicines can be made in a grid down emergency situation. And I'm going to consume on video every natural medicine that I make so that you can see that they didn't kill me. So let's jump right into how you can make medicine to treat kidney stones after the grid goes down. So this natural medicine that we're going to make is going to be a tea from the broadleaf plantain plant. No, I'm not talking about the things that look like bananas in the grocery store. I'm talking about the broad-leafed plantain. And here's why broadleaf plantain is supposed to be good for kidney stones. First of all, it makes you urinate a lot when you drink it. And this can help you pass small kidney stones and mineral deposits that build up into kidney stones. It's also anti-inflammatory, which can help with reducing the inflammation and pain associated with kidney stones. And it also has soothing effects, which will help with reducing pain and easing the passage of kidney stones. And it detoxes, meaning it can assist in getting rid of waste and toxins from your body. And besides helping with kidney stones, this tea that we're going to make from this broadleaf plantain is also supposed to help with arthritis and coughs and also allergies. So let's make this. Now to make this tea, I'm going to grab a handful of the leaves, pretty much minus the stems. Now if I had already dried these leaves out, I would be using 2 teaspoons of the dried plantain leaves per cup of water. But since I am using fresh leaves, I am just going to grab a handful of these. And I'm especially going to go for the younger and more green and less damaged leaves. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wash these off to remove any dirt and debris off of them. And now I'm going to cut them up so that way when I make the tea, all their good medicinal qualities get released into the tea. And now I'm going to bring 2 cups of water to boil. 1 cup will be for a tea that I would drink immediately, and then the second cup would be a cup that I would drink later. And now I'm going to place these chopped broad plantain leaves into 1 jar. And now I'm going to pour 2 cups of this boiling water over the leaves so that they start steeping. And now I'm going to cover this jar so that they can steep for the next 15 minutes.
15 minutes later.
Okay, now since it's been 15 minutes, now I'm going to strain this tea through this fine mesh strainer by pouring it from this jar into the other jar. And you can see here this broadleaf plantain tea has a really light yellow look to it now. Now I'm going to pour half of this bottle into this bottle, so that it'll make me 2 different cups. If I were sick, I would drink 1 cup right now and then a second cup later today. So let's go ahead and test this broadleaf plantain tea out. As a serious prepper, you can take control of your emergency preparedness by getting an emergency stash of your everyday medications, such as your cholesterol medicine or diabetes medicine or your heart medicine, or you can get an emergency stash of antibiotics known as the JACE case all through JACE Medical. So click the link below to make a major jump in your medical preparedness plan, and be sure to enter the discount code of ETHICAL to save $10 off your order when you do so. Now let's get back to the video. It has just a little bit of an earthy flavor to it, not too strong. It's actually pretty mild. And for dosage purposes, it appears that you're not supposed to drink more than 2 or 3 cups a day to treat your kidney stones or cough or whatever else you're using it for. Now let's get on with the next medicine. Now in case you or your loved one was to develop a kidney stone in the wintertime when you don't have access to fresh vegetation like this, the second natural kidney stone medicine that we're going to make is going to be from the goldenrod flowers that you see here. Now again, just as a quick reminder, a tincture is where you use alcohol instead of water to draw out the medicinal qualities of these plants, plus the alcohol preserves it, so you can make this in the warmer months when it's abundant, but then it's still good for you come the winter time if you were to develop a kidney stone then. And just as a side note, tinctures generally last 3 to 5 years because the alcohol that you use in that tincture, like vodka, preserves it so well. Now, goldenrod gets used in natural medicine for the treatment of kidney stones for many of the same reasons that broadleaf plantain does. Goldenrod makes you urinate a lot, which helps to flush kidney stones out. It's also inflammatory, which can ease the pain of passing those kidney stones. It also detoxifies you, helping flush out waste and toxins that can cause kidney stones. And then it's also anti-spasmodic, and that means that it can help your urinary tract muscles ease the passage of kidney stones. So the way I'm going to make this goldenrod tincture is that I am going to cut the flower tops off of the plant, and I'm going to stuff them into this mason jar. Now, when I stuff them into this mason jar, I'm going to pack them in pretty good, but I'm not going to jam pack them in. And it's okay for the flowers to remain on the stems, so the flowers and the stems can go into your jar. And you'll also end up with just a few little small leaves in there too. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these flowers up very, very well so that their good medicinal qualities get transferred into the vodka when I go to make this tincture. And now I'm going to transfer this cut up goldenrod flowers back into the mason jar. And again, I'm going to pack it in here, and I'm going to pack it in here about 3/4 of the way full, and I'm not going to completely fill the jar up, nor am I going to jam pack it in there, just about 3/4 of the way up. And now I'm going to pour the alcohol in there, and what I like to use is 100 proof vodka when I am using like fresh leaves or fresh flowers. I like a high proof vodka for anything that still has moisture in it that I've not dried out beforehand. And I'm going to fill this bottle to the very, very top. I don't want any air in between the vegetation and the rim. I don't really want any air space in here for the vegetation to be above the alcohol, because then the vegetation or the flowers here could mold and ruin your tincture. Now I'm going to put the lid on there really tight, and then I'm going to give it a few shakes to see if it releases any trapped air bubbles down there. And then I'm going to check it to make sure that the alcohol level did not drop in the jar, and if it would have, I just would have topped it off with more vodka to top it off again. And now I'm going to put the lid back on tightly and get it ready for storage over the next 4 to 6 weeks. Now, after labeling what tincture this is going to be, I am now going to place it in a cool, dark place for the next 6 weeks. And then every couple of days, every couple of days, I will take it out and give it a gentle shake and put it back into storage until it's ready.
4 to 6 weeks later.
Okay, now since it's been in a cool, dark place for 6 weeks, let's go ahead and get the tincture out. Okay, now using this handy dandy fine mesh strainer, I am now going to strain the goldenrod vegetation from the alcohol. Let's see if I can do this without making a mess. And what I'm pouring out here now is the final tincture. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour this finished tincture into the bottle dropper. And now I'm going to label the tincture bottle with what it is. Now, I have it expire in about 3 years. They say these tinctures can last between 3 to 5 years, so I like to err on the conservative side. And then on the back side of the bottle, I'm going to put everything that this medicine is good for, and then along with the typical dosages that you would take of this. Now, if I had kidney stones, I don't, but if I did have kidney stones, I would put 2 millimeters of this into water and drink it with water. Now here's about 1 milliliter. Let's do the second milliliter. All right, let's taste it. That actually had a very pleasant flavor. It's hard to describe, but it was just flowery. That was actually surprising very good. Now, if I were battling kidney stones, what I would do for myself is I would drink 2 milliliters 3 different times a day while I was battling them. I would drink a cup like that in the morning, a cup like that in the afternoon, and a cup like that in the evening. Hey folks, I am not giving medical advice in this video. I'm only showing what I would do in an emergency grid down situation. So if you try anything that you see in these videos, you're doing it at your own risk. So if you like this video where I quickly showed you step by step how to make this natural medicine, then comment down below with other elements that you would like to see natural medicines made for. Because I'm going to be doing plenty more of these types of videos. And to see more videos on how to make natural medicines for different elements, then click on the playlist that should be appearing on the screen just about now. And this playlist is going to be growing as I film more of these videos. Anyways folks, this is enough internet for me today. I do need to get back to work. And folks, if you made it this far, hey, thank you very much for watching. And I pray that you have a good night.